Um, my name is Gideon, and joining me on this interview is Mr. Jerome. Mr. Jerome is the executive director rather of SMYLE African Trust, and I think SMYLE African Trust is a Pan-African non-profit development organization which works to promote social mobility, especially amongst young people in sub-Saharan Africa. Mr. Drum, you're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Gideon. I'm glad to be here.
All right. So already in Nigeria, sir, the pain of COVID-19 lockdown as imposed by the president, as imposed by the federal government and state government is already causing excruciating pain in both economic and social terms, with casualties mounting with specific reference to women and girls who have suffered various degrees of sexual and gender-based violence. The statistics of women and girls being raped and abused on a daily basis from different parts of the country are scary, but being suppressed by the facts. Can you hear me, sir?
Your camera went off and I stopped hearing you, but I mean you're back now.
Okay. So I said the statistics. Okay. So Mr. Jerome, are you with me, sir?
Yes.
Yeah. So I said the statistics based on the theme COVID-19, the implications on social and gender-based violence. The statistics of women and girls being raped and abused on a daily basis from different parts of the country is scary. But the numbers are being suppressed by the fact that the world is busy with efforts on how to contain the pandemic. Let us say, hello guys, I think some people are trying to join in. I think, okay. What's your general assessment, sir, on the rising case of sexual and gender-based violence, especially amongst women and girls during this lockdown and during this pandemic period, sir?
So my thought is that violence against women,
yes, sir,
is prevalent, and this happens to happen more. It happens to occur more during health emergencies, such as we have in COVID-19, which has bedeviled the world since December last year up to now. You know, and there are issues, there are causes, there are things, there are pointers to this significant increase. You know, so if we look at around the world, we look at China, we look at United Kingdom, we look at US, all over the world, gender-based violence has significantly increased.
Yes.
Number one, yes. Number one reason is the disruption in social life of individuals. You know, COVID-19 came with it a disruption of social life of people. COVID-19 brought some sort of psychological stress to people. COVID-19 took away a whole lot of things from individuals, and this is a major reason why it appears as if gender-based violence increased significantly. You see, a husband and wife had to now be in the same space from morning till night, for 1 day to 1 week to 1 month. Then probably those that are close, that are engaged to get married, they're in the same space for a long time. Before now, what happens is, in the morning, you guys get ready and off you go to work.
And off you go,
yes, a lot of people, you have experiences, and you get, and you get back to the house. By the time you're back to the house, you are kind of tired. Either you listen to the news, you eat, and off you go to bed. Then the next day starts. But I mean, things that you don't see, things that people were unable to see in their spouses. You were in the same state, and this thing now gets very much amplified. So it's a norm. It's a norm when it comes to health emergencies that this kind of trajectory is projected all over.
Okay. So as a result of the COVID-19 crisis, sir, women may experience greater risks of gender-based violence and intimate partner violence, as you've just rightly discussed. But this intimate partner violence may increase due to heightened tension in households without food, with households with fear of insecurity, and then the general NCDC stay-at-home principle, like you rightly just said. How would you assess this, and what way can this intimate partner sexual violence be discouraged or reduced if it cannot be discouraged or eliminated completely, sir?
Generally, I would say that this should first start from the home. It should first start from the home. You know, in our kind of society, we see parents focus on grooming the girl child. We train the girl child to become marriageable. We train the girl child to become a wife material, right?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
And many of our parents, yes, you know, yes, go ahead.
No, I was just complimenting. I said you're beginning to sound like Chimamanda or Beyonce right now.
Well, so like I was saying, many of our parents focus on this, and this is not the best. We realize that the boy is left to grow into manhood. He becomes a man, get a lady he wants to get married to. He has little value. He has little character. He's not groomed. You know, and this is not right. I think this is a point where we need to start from. It should start from the home. A parent should give equal attention to the girl child and to the boy child. You know, then also I think people in some sort of marriage should also begin to see signs on time. Before things happen, before things get out of hand, there are signs that you see. So I think for a lady, she should be wary of those signs. Those things are red flags that you should see first of all before this kind of a thing will even start. Number one is threatening violence against you. You are in the same space with your man, and at every slightest provocation, you are threatened with violence.
Yeah.
Every slightest provocation, that's a red flag. And I think one should not allow it to go. Another thing is pressurizing you to have sex. A wife don't want to have sex, or your partner don't want to, and she is being pressurized into that. When you say no, it becomes an issue. So this is another red flag. Then also physical intimidation. Because of the strength, the masculine strength, you know, ladies are intimidated. So when you see some of these red flags, I think you should speak up. The lady should learn to speak up. Don't be in that kind of a relationship and just keep quiet. Before you know it, it will degenerate. It will go from one level, it will go from threat to intimidation, from that intimidation to physical violence. When these yes.
But sir, these are already married couples now, and they're in the house locked up together for months because of the federal government has said stay at home because of the coronavirus.
Okay, yes. Are you trying to say that married couples don't witness violence?
No, they do.
There is significant level of gender violence in homes. I was discussing this with a colleague this morning, and everyone agreed. There are husbands that batter their wives. But before the battering, before you get to that stage, there are signs. You should read the red flag. You should read the signs. and know what to do. Once you begin to see the signs, you speak out. Talk to the authorities, talk to a mentor, speak to somebody before it gets out of hand. But many times, our wives want to be the good women, right? They want to be the good women. They don't want to say some things against their husband. They don't want the public to know that this man is molesting them. They don't want the public that the man is, to know that the man is beating them. And before you know it, it will degenerate. A lot of women have lost their lives in this kind of situations, and this should not continue. I think women, married women, should learn to speak out. They should learn to speak out, and on time. That's my view on this.
I think everything is building up. The points are just adding up step by step. But then the stringent movements and restrictions may prevent women from leaving their homes at moments of violence to seek refuge and to look for help, like you've just rightly said in your previous points. What are these? What are other ways? What are other contacts? Are there other contacts that even in my house, when my husband is abusing me, when my husband is molesting me, are there other ways? Are there contacts? Are there short codes of probably NGOs or government agencies where I could reach and then get direct intervention other than leaving the house? So.
Okay. Just before I answer that, I would also need to call the attention of government to what is happening currently in homes. Call it rape, call it gender violence, whatever we choose to call it. We also need to call the government, call our lawmakers. We need to, because it appears as if they've all just gone to bed. Our lawmakers are not saying anything. Our lawmakers are quiet. Meanwhile, a lot of people are in danger. Lives are in danger here. And we're not seeing laws. We're not seeing the police go hard on this. It was only when the hashtag of is it justice for Jennifer, hashtags begin to trend. When we had justice for Jennifer, we had justice for Barakat. When we begin to see this, that the police now went in to try to get the guys that raped and murdered that young lady. But before now, we're not seeing it. Nothing is happening. Nothing is happening, and this is not right. So I think that our lawmakers should be allowed to their responsibilities. There should be strong laws, strong legislation that should clearly show show some level of penalty against these people that are committing this kind of crimes. So back to your question, actually, I think it was last week that the police brought out certain numbers that anyone in danger can call. So there are numbers now by police. I'm sure your organization can make that available to the public, and of course.
Hello, Mr. Jerome. I'm sorry, we had a break in transmission. Hello, Mr. Jerome, can you hear me?
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so you're back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I was just going to land. So you had asked for contact and numbers. So like I said, there's a certain number that police has put out, and I'm sure your organization should be able to get that number and put it out to the public. That anyone in danger should call that number. And also for my organization, SMYLE Africa Trust, we had that some weeks ago launched a helpline for those that are in danger, for those that are unable to access help during the lockdown. If you want, I could just call out the number now. So like from my organization and the police, and it's also possible that some other organizations have such helpline. But from SMYLE Africa, we have that covered. Then also from the police.
All right, sir. I think we had people trying to join. I could even see Dr. Bell from, I think,
okay.
NOI. Yes, I could see him, but it's like we've lost him. I don't know. But either way, we continue, sir. So, sir, with the tremendous rise in rape cases, what exactly can you say is the cause of rape? I know there is no, you can't pinpoint it, but at least to a large extent, what can we say is the cause of rape?
This is a very interesting question that you have asked. I know that rapists will have all sorts of excuses and justifications for their act. All sorts. Some will tell you that the ladies dress in some provocative way, indecent dressing. Others will tell you peer pressure. Others will tell you that when a lady says no, that she actually means yes. They will tell you that a lady never says a yes. Some will tell you that women like being taken by force. Some others will tell you, oh, I was drunk and that's why I committed a crime. While you can excuse it, some would say environment, and someone said to me that ego, that men, because of their ego, also get involved in rape. That when a lady refuses a man, many times the man will want to exert to show that he's a man, and he will go after that particular person. But I mean, I don't think that rape should be excused for anything. I don't think that rape should be excused. No reason should be entertained. Whether you say peer pressure, and you talk about the environment, and you talk about whatever you talk about, no, there's indecent dressing, no excuse should be entertained for rape. I mean, just on Saturday, I read about a two-year-old that was being repeatedly raped by a man in the neighborhood. Was she indecently dressed? What attracted that man to that two-year-old? Then sometime last week, a 70-year-old grandma was raped by 11 p.m. in Ogun State. She was in her house sleeping, and some 25 or 30-year-old young man pounced on the woman and raped her, a grandma. What about justice for Barakat that was stranded last week? Barakat was totally dressed up with her hijab, and she was traced and stopped very close to her parents' house, raped and killed. We talk about Jennifer. Jennifer was raped right in a church where she was reading. So when you look at all of this, what excuse, what cause, what reason will any sane person give to rape? There is no reason. I'm going to tell you. The reason is just a thing of the mind. Just a thing of character. Many of our young men today, you drink, a lot of people feed on pornography, and by the time you feed on pornography and get that high, the next thing is you're looking for where to express. And I mean, we're not animals. No one is an animal. So I'm not going to tell you clearly that these are causes, these are the reasons why rapists do what they do. No reason at all should be excused.
Mr. Jerome, these are really interesting points you've raised. But then, what about for ritual purposes, like in the case of the 80-year-old granny that was raped and the 2-year-old, can you also say that people who engage in ritual practices do that to fulfill their own scripture, if I may say?
So far, I have not seen any data backing this up, so I may not really go this way. But I mean, this is Africa, this is Nigeria, where a lot of things happen, you know. So anything is possible. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. I mean, we have heard of the Yahoo boys that go take private belongings of young ladies. You wash your undie and you spread it outside, and the next minute you come to take it and you don't see it. So this is Nigeria, this is Africa. A lot of things are possible. But being that there's really no data to back this up, so I think I'll just leave it as this.
Okay, so in just 1 minute, because I think we are running out of time, in just 1 minute, are there instances, are there cases, are there known reported cases of, okay, we've always known that it's the men that are perpetrating this evil act of rape. Now, are there cases whereby women take on rape to boys or to other men? In just 1 minute, sir, we're wrapping up.
Yes, I remember a friend close to me shared the last time about when he was in primary 2, or when he was in primary 2. His teacher, a woman, you know, would take him to, you know, to the restroom and take advantage of him. So there are cases like that. It's not just rape. Has nothing to do with whether you're a male or a female. So there are young boys, there are even matured men that have been taken advantage of sexually.
All right, sir. Very interesting conversation, sir. I think our time is up and we'll have to call it a day. To everyone who dropped a comment, who replied and would make the video available. Mr. Jerome.
But yes. I just want to add that everyone will need to lend a voice to what is happening in Nigeria at this material time. Everyone will need to lend a voice.
Definitely,
because you notice that in the long run, a lot of lives have been damaged because of this kind of violence, because of rape, because of issues relating to gender-based violence. Number one is a violation of their human rights. That is even very key, the violation of their human rights. And also, it goes a long way to injure them. There's injury.
Both psychological, both mental.
Both psychological and, you know.
And these injuries tend to last almost a lifetime.
Almost a lifetime.
Yeah.
Almost a lifetime. So everyone should learn the voice too.
All right, Mr. Jerome, thank you so much, and thank all of you at the background. And we'll make the video public on our Twitter handle at @TrueNews.ng. Thanks for your time, Mr. Jerome.
Thank you, Gideon.
All right, stay safe, sir.